time, bringing out the best in you.
Hola bangana, abusheni, dumelang, molo mhlawan. Good morning, Vietnam. Welcome to another exciting episode of Part Time with Bonnke Shipalana. Today we're gonna do maths. No, it won't be boring. Sit down, relax, get your pens and papers ready. You're gonna enjoy this. Here we go. Today we're gonna look at how people tackle mathematical problems. We're going to look at 3 ways that people react to a mathematical problem. And those 3 ways or 3 methods, you can use them in your own life. Let's look at a random figure. Let's say someone says 17 divided by 40,205. Option 1, let's just run away. Give up, don't even attempt it because it sounds too difficult. Option 2 is to use the trusted calculator. 40,205 divided by 17. Voila! You have an answer. Option 3 is to sit down and learn the division system or method. Sit down and write 17 over 4205. How many times the 17 goes into 40, goes twice. You know the system. 2 times 17, 34. 40 minus 34, 62, or 6, and then take the 2 down until you come up with an answer. And your answer is going to be 2, 3, 6, 5. Out of the 3 methods or system of actually tackling a maths problem, which one do you prefer? 60% of the population prefers option 1. Give up. 30% prefers option 2. Use something trustworthy, something that you know will always give you a correct answer, just like a calculator. Only 10% of the population is willing to sit down and understand how to tackle this problem. The good thing about the last group, which is the 10%, is that by understanding how to tackle this problem, when they get a similar mathematical problem, they'll be able to do it. But the first group and second group that ran away, second group that use a calculator, don't know how to tackle the problem. They have the answer, but they don't understand how to tackle it. How does this apply to your life? Here we go. Let's look at a guy, let's say Mandla. Mandla is doing his matric, Fab. Mandla is worried about where is he going to get funds to further his studies the following year. Mandla's got 3 options. Option 1, just to give up on his dream of being a doctor. Just give up. It doesn't pay for him to sit and think hard about it. Mandla just gives up. That's option 1. Option 2 is for Mandla to go and beg an uncle, go and beg a businessman in his community. Listen, please pay for my studies. You know, please, I'm desperate. I want to be a doctor. I want to cure AIDS. I want to do blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Mandla can do that, and he will get the funds. Option 3 is for Mandla to understand what value is he going to give to the world by studying further. And by understanding that and going back and selling that value to himself. What I mean by that, he must actually go out and research what bursaries he can get, what bursaries or companies actually fund that particular field that is following in, and actually sit down and work hard in identifying those people and going after them. If he goes to a company that's focused on medicine, they'll be more willing to fund him versus going to a business person who's just selling sweets and pap and just wants to make money for himself. The third option has actually taught Mandla how to look or search for something that's going to benefit him in the long term. Guess what? 3 years later, 4 years later, Mandla's going to be in the same situation where now he's got his degree, he's qualified, he's looking for a job. Because 4 years ago, he took time to actually sit and understand what value he's going to be giving to the world and actually sit down and research which department or sectors of the world need that value. He's going to use the same principle when searching for a job. So many people go to varsities using option 2, quick, easy stuff. They don't know where they got the money from. They're just happy that the money's there. They applied for a bursar from the government and what. Guess what? Now they have to search for a job. Oops, I've never ever sat down and researched who I am. Never sat down and understood what value am I going to give out. So now that I've got this qualification, I want to sell it, but I don't have the skills. And now a guy is 24, 25, he still has to learn. Versus someone who learned something when they were 18, 19, before they went to tertiary. So all I am saying to you, Bangan, focus on option 3. I know it's difficult to sit down and do a mathematical problem when you have a calculator. I know it's easy sometimes to look for an answer to a challenge without going through the rough edges, the rough road to get to the answer. But going through the rough edges, going through the road, you learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about the world. You learn so much about what you want to do for this world. But if you depend on a calculator, if you depend on quick fixes, you will have the answer. That I can guarantee you. But my question to you, what have you learned? Bangan, that's all from me today. 3 options. Give up, quick fixes, that's a calculator, learn the system. I encourage you to learn the system. I can guarantee you that companies don't hire people with answers. They hire people who know how to get to the answer. Because people who know answers only understand the question and the answer. They don't understand what happens in between. And in life, it's not about the beginning and the end. It's also about what happens in between. That's all from me today. If you need a script of what we talked about, log on to www.learn.co.za or www.bonnke.co.za. Till volgende week. Tot ziens.